Okay, we are standing here at the Edward McPherson barn and former homestead. In 1863, that barn was a part of the battle. It was used as a field hospital. It was owned by Edward McPherson. And just to the left of that barn in this area here was a smaller barn, and then of course a house stood right in this area here. Today, only the barn is still in existence. It is part of the Gettysburg National Military Park, recognized as a field hospital that was used on July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 1863. Right here is what's remaining of a well in front of some of these old trees here. And again, the house and the smaller barn once stood in this vicinity right here. This was right in the center of the action on July 1st, 1863. And I'd like to read from a battle report. It says, "No straggling now. The old musket was clinched with firmer grasp. We climbed the fence at the crossing of the Fairfield Road and passing south of the seminary, plunged headlong over the hill into a narrow valley between the seminary and the McPherson House Ridge." That's where we're standing now. "The air was thick of flying fragments and shell and from Confederate guns beyond the Willoughby Run. The 14th Brooklyn and 95th New York were moved in front of the McPherson house." That would be about right in here. "A few rods east of the stone basement barn at the south side of the pike, and rode forward for orders. Hall's battery passed us in our rear. Of Hall's battery, now in the position on the 3rd ridge. We crossed the railroad bed," that is over in that direction there. "We crossed the railroad bed, and by the moment of the left regiment cleared it by the order came. By the left flank, guide center. We are now in the line of battle moving to the west. The 76th New York and 56th Pennsylvania, with the headquarters guard, had preceded us, moving along the rear of the 2nd ridge, and were some distance to our right and rear on the 2nd ridge, and not in alignment with us. While we were advancing in the wheat field, the battle opened on our right, and bullets were flying thick and fast as we marched rapidly toward our opponents. We continued the advance, nodding with death until our left touched on the railroad cut supporting Hall's battery. Lie down, fire through the wheat close to the ground. The battle was now on in all its fierceness." So again, on July 1st, 1863, in the early morning hours between 8 and 9 a.m., this area that we're standing in here, the McPherson homestead, was right in the center of the battle. All that is left today is the barn, which is a field hospital that was used on July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 1863. There's a small well right there on the ground that's at remnants, and of course a smaller barn and a house once stood here on this property.